Վերջին ժամանակաշրջանում պետական եկամուտների կոմիտեն
In recent times, the State Revenue Committee, having adopted a policy to facilitate the activities carried out by both economic operators and citizens, including border crossings, is paying significant attention to the refinement of digitalization toolkits. It is already well known that the State Revenue Committee has implemented relevant reporting systems based on the analysis of large volumes of data, which we call the Analytical Reporting System. It is built entirely on the basis of big data. Big data itself serves as the foundation for the deployment of artificial intelligence toolkits. Regarding the deployment of artificial intelligence toolkits at the State Revenue Committee, since the beginning of last year, in cooperation with the World Bank, extensive work has been carried out in this direction. We have developed the terms of reference, incorporating the relevant requirements necessary for integrated border management and modernization. That is, for exercising control through invisible toolkits. During border crossings based on artificial intelligence, the most targeted control possible will be exercised over economic operators, citizens, courier consignments, or transport vehicles. In short, we will further modernize targeted control across the entire scope of border crossings. Notably, although we do not yet currently possess the full artificial intelligence toolkit, from the beginning of last year until today, we have carried out a series of extensive analytical works. As a result, we have already achieved 74% green channel clearance for border crossings, and we have also implemented an automated clearance toolkit, which currently accounts for more than 10%. Artificial intelligence itself will provide the concept of invisible control accepted in international practice. It will process that enormous volume of data, which would be difficult to analyze relying on the human factor. Thanks to open sources on the Internet, our own information databases and connections established through AP-IS with other government agencies, the Artificial Intelligence Toolkit will ensure an even greater modernization of risk management. At the same time, artificial intelligence will facilitate the activities of economic operators. Everyone is familiar with the OCR system, which digitizes paper documents. This will significantly ease and speed up the work of economic operators, reducing the likelihood of errors. There is a dedicated team at the State Revenue Committee working in this direction. In terms of artificial intelligence and big data, we receive great support from our partners. Within the framework of the XPIS project, which has been underway for about 2 years, work is also being carried out on the retraining of specialists. In parallel with the deployment of artificial intelligence, specialists must be trained who will learn the elements of machine learning and apply the analytical toolkit. Overall, regarding both prospective and currently operating border crossing points, I can emphasize that this will also be supported by the real-time exchange of information. Such exchange is already being carried out with our partners at the Georgian Revenue Committee. When a transaction is carried out in Armenia, our Georgian partners immediately receive the data, that is, the transport vehicle, the cargo, the commodity code, and the volume, and the same is done by the Georgian side. With the Islamic Republic of Iran, a corresponding data exchange format has also been developed, which is now in the working phase. Within the framework of the XPIS project, it is important to note that we must train the machine learning elements based on our own reality and the existing problems. There is no universal tool in the world that can be taken from another country and simply deployed here. We must train our own artificial intelligence system ourselves. One of the most important elements of this toolkit is that, on the basis of X-ray equipment and the machine learning mechanisms we have developed, the AI will autonomously target those dangerous cargoes that require our control. Regarding scanners, I should mention that a monitoring center was recently opened at the State Revenue Committee in cooperation with our United States partners under the EXBS program. Transport vehicles passing through the scanners are scanned, and analytical work is carried out at the monitoring center. Artificial intelligence will be a much more powerful tool that will be integrated into this center, and in real time we will obtain an even more targeted picture from the standpoint of risk management. In the future, when new border crossing points are opened, or when customs points are opened following the construction of railway transport routes, artificial intelligence will carry out its main functional role. It will ensure invisible control, which is widely applied in international practice. The State Revenue Committee's long-term goal is to minimize, as much as possible, the direct contact of the customs officer with the economic operator or citizen. According to our modeling, customs officers, without interacting with citizens or freight forwarders, will rely on the system. The transport vehicle passes through X-ray scanning, the AI carries out targeted control, and the risk management system analyzes all the data within seconds: the cargo, the driver, the passenger, the courier consignment. As a result, only the highest risk part that truly requires our intervention and control is targeted.